Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am back with another true crime video, and today we are going to be doing the story of Zolile, Khumalo and Thabani Mzolo. If you are new to the channel, I try and do these videos often, so please do check out the playlist. I've done a couple already and I will be doing more in the near future. Now with that said, and without wasting any more time, let's dive into today's video. Today's video takes us to Escalation, a farming village town in the heart of Zululand, and subsequently we will end up in Durban. Zolile Khumalo was born in Escalation in KwaZulu-Natal in the year 1997 to mother Princess Khumalo and father Solomzi Comfort Khumalo. She was the last born in a family of 7 kids, but unfortunately 5 of her siblings passed away when they were still growing up, and only her and her elder sister Senamile Khumalo would remain. The family home was tranquil and loving growing up, and as you can imagine, the tragedies that happened to them made them even closer. Zolile's mom would later mention that Zolile was the baby of the family and therefore she was treated as such. Zolile was extremely close with her parents and her sister, and even though she was babied, she was humble and hardworking. In 2016, when Zolile was 19 years old, she completed matric and started applying for universities. She didn't want to go too far because her parents are elderly, so she opted to go to Durban, which is less than 2 hours away from Escalation. Zolile wanted to be a quantity surveyor. Unfortunately, she did not meet the minimum requirements to enter into the program directly, and the university advised that she could do a bridging course for 1 year, and then the following year she could start her first year officially. She agreed with this because she really wanted to go into quantity surveying. And in 2017, she packed her bags and traveled to Durban and enrolled at the Mangosuthu University of Technology, better known as MUT. Zolile got to MUT and immediately started making friends. Her friends during this time say that she was easy to get along with and she was very bubbly and talkative, and as a result of this, she got popular really quickly. Her friends used to tease and nickname her Babes Wodumo because she used to really love dancing, whether at res or when she was out with friends. Not too long after arriving in Durban, Zolile met a young man who was 2 years older than she was, that was named Thabani Mzolo. Thabani Mzolo was 23 years old at the time. He was an orphan and lived in Umhlanga with the family that had taken him in after he'd passed matric so well, so they opted to fund his varsity. After Thabani had graduated in 2017, he moved into a small apartment by himself, and because he still had not gotten a job yet, he would visit some of his friends who were in MUT, and that is when he met Zolile Khumalo. Zolile and Thabani met and they immediately fell in love. They would often be seen together on campus at MUT. Even though Thabani did not go there, he would attend Zolile's lectures with her, and thereafter they would spend the day together. Weekends, the couple spent time together at the beach, and thereafter they would visit restaurants and book into hotels at the beachfront. Zolile's friends used to ask her what her man did for a living because the two were always traveling, and if they weren't traveling, they were literally out and about in Durban, and he was always on campus with her, so they really wondered, what did this man do for a living, because they were always spending. Zolile would answer and say no, it's because he's from a rich family. It is not known whether or not Zolile knew, but Thabani funded his lifestyle with dodgy dealings. A picture that the couple took in what is believed to have been Thabani's apartment with the pair carrying rifles suggests that perhaps she did know what was happening in the background. Nonetheless, the couple was in love and spent all their time together. If they weren't on campus attending Zolile's lectures, they were in Thabani's apartment and she was cooking for them while Thabani watched. As the relationship progressed, though, her friends started getting worried about Zolile. She'd come back to res with bruises on her neck and face, and they decided to ask her what was going on. And finally, after persuasion, Zolile confessed. She said that it was not uncommon for Thabani to lay his hands on her, and that he was extremely possessive towards her and wanted to know everything and anything that she was doing at any time of the day. And if she did not answer her phone or didn't state where she was going, he would accuse her of cheating and he would start laying his hands on her. Zolile tried to break up with Thabani. For the first time, that was in 2017 and a few months into the relationship, and he begged her to come back, promised that he would change and would be doing the right things and he would stop doing everything else that was bad. So towards the end of 2017, the couple got back together. December came, Zolile went back to Ashowa and spent the holidays with her family. And in January of 2018, she traveled back to Durban and enrolled for her official first year into quantity surveying. Now, you must remember that she was doing a bridging course the previous year. She got residence at the Lonsdale residence at the beachfront, which is a private residence that is outsourced to MUT students. When she arrived back, she immediately reunited with Thabani and their relationship was at a high. They continued being seen together everywhere, and her friends would ask, "What's going on with you and Thabani?" And she would reply, "Sizofa silahlane," basically meaning till death do us part. However, by April of 2018, Thabani was back to his old ways. He was always physical with her and was extremely possessive towards her. In the rare times when the two were apart, when he was out doing his dirty dealings, he would call Zolile and want to find out what she was doing, where she was doing this, and she was basically not allowed to study anywhere else but inside her room. Zolile grew more and more frustrated of the situation, and by end of April 2018, she decided that she would be breaking up with Thabani for the final time. Zolile and Thabani met up, and on the 29th of April 2018, she basically told him that it's over, she can't continue with this relationship anymore. Now, Thabani did not take her serious. He was like, that's not going to happen. But Zolile kept reiterating that, no, it's over, and I mean it this time, and she left. So Zolile left knowing that she was done, but Thabani was not taking her seriously. Zolile went back to her residence and WhatsApped one of her friends, and she said, "Lol, ngihappy friend, sihlukene no Thabani," which is loosely translated to, "I'm so happy, my friend, I broke up with Thabani." Her friend responded, "You're lying." And then she went on to say something very prophetic. She said, "We're going to bury you soon." I think this just goes to show how much the friends knew about this relationship. Zolile replied and said, "I'm serious." And then when responding to the part that said, "We're going to bury you," she responded to say, "Ungasho londo," meaning, "Don't say that," and with laughing emojis. However, the friend didn't seem to be finding any humor in this. She replied by saying, "I'm serious, brah." She then went on to say that uzofa wena, meaning you are going to pass away. Although Zolile was acting nonchalant, she was scared a little because Thabani had previously told her that if they break up, he was going to take her life. From this point onwards, Zolile ignored all incoming calls coming from Thabani and spent most of her time in her room because she didn't want to take any chances by bumping into him anywhere. By the second day of their breakup, on the 1st of May 2018, Thabani was frustrated because he had tried numerous times to try and get a hold of Zolile. He decided to go to MUT Lonsdale residence to try and look for her. He took one of his firearms and put it in his backpack. He got to Lonsdale residence. At the entrance, you have to be signed in by someone who stays inside. So he decided that he'd call one of his friends. He called Simiso Buthelezi to come and sign him in, and Simiso came. They both then went to Simiso's room to chill for a bit. Simiso would later testify in court that when Thabani got into his room, he told him that Zolile and him had broken up and he wanted to go fix things with her. He told Simiso that he had bought Zolile a couple of surprises and they were in his backpack. He then said that he didn't want to spoil the surprise, so he needed Simiso to go check if Zolile was actually in her room before he went there. So Simiso, finding nothing weird about this whole thing, decided to oblige. So they concocted a plan that Simiso would get there and say that Thabani has sent me to come and collect his t-shirt. So off Simiso goes to Zolile's bedroom. He gets there, he knocks at the door, and Zolile's roommate opens. He comes in and he sees Zolile and basically tells her that, listen, Thabani sent me here to come and collect his t-shirt. So Zolile is like, hello, and then she goes into her cupboard, she takes out the t-shirt, and then she hands it over to him. So as she's handing it over to him, Simiso's like, oh no, wait, I need to go somewhere first quickly, so I'm going to come back for it right now, but I'll just go where I'm going and then come back and collect the t-shirt. And then Zolile is like, oh, okay, fine. So after this, Simiso leaves the room and goes back to his own bedroom and tells Thabani that, yeah, indeed, Zolile is there. Around 10 p.m. on Tuesday, the 1st of May 2018, Thabani and his friend Simiso went back to Zolile's room. They knocked at the door once and Zolile came to open herself. Now, guessing that she's thinking that it's still Simiso coming back for the t-shirt. As she opened the door, she was met by not only Simiso but Thabani too. She was visibly surprised and greeted and went back to sit on her desk. Zolile then said to Thabani, "Hello baby, how are you?" Now she probably referred to him as baby either because she was afraid or out of habit. Thabani responded and said, "Don't say baby to me, rather say dog, because I've been sniffing around Durban for you like a dog." He then went on to say, "Zolile, I've been looking for you for 2 days. You've always said Sizofa Slahlane, I guess today is the day. Meaning you've always said till death do us apart, well today is the day." He reached into his backpack and pulled out a gun. That's when Zolile's roommate moved towards the window and knelt down. Zolile started begging and apologizing profusely, and within seconds, he fired into her chest and she dropped on her floor. The roommate would later say that he picked her up with her neck and fired into her head again. And just like that, a little after 10 p.m. on the 1st of May 2018, Zolile Sithembele Khumalo passed away. Thabani left the room almost immediately, and Simiso and Zolile's roommate were left to call for help. And not too long after the incident, the police came, and news of Zolile's passing broke. MUT students and the country at large were outraged. The hunt for the suspect was on. Luckily, he wasn't hiding too far. In fact, he wasn't even hiding because he went on Facebook with an alias account and started confessing. He wrote in a post in isiZulu. He said, "This is so surreal. I wish I had the power to bring her back so we can right our wrong. Now that's no longer possible because she left before I could tell her that I forgive her." When one of his friends commented to say, "What happened? What are you talking about?" He then replied and said, "Gimbulele uMaizozo," basically mean I took Maizozo's life. A few days later, he was found and arrested and his trial started. During the proceedings, he was known to act erratic. He would show his middle finger in the middle of nowhere or the trigger sign. Fortunately, he was found guilty and was given a life imprisonment, including an additional 25 years for illegal firearms. Mangosuthu University of Technology honored Zolile's life by erecting a memorial fountain at the residence that she stayed in, so that her life is not forgotten. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, I'm currently working with Co-Black South Africa. You'll see their store. It's just above the comments. So if you shop them, you are indirectly supporting the channel because they're sponsoring all the research that I have to do for the channel. So that means that I'm able to do more videos for you more of the time. So I'd really appreciate you. If you like jewelry, it's really high quality and it's affordable. So please do click on the ads that are just above the comments and you can go directly to their store and shop. Really appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next video and please stay safe out there.